Have you ever found yourself stuck in a loop of anxious thoughts that just won't stop? You try to push them away, but they come back stronger, leaving you feeling trapped and exhausted. Sometimes this may lead into a panic attack or a sense of overwhelm. Well, my friend, I want you to know it's not just something that's happening in your head. This phenomenon is happening in your nervous system, which in turn creates physical symptoms in your body. In today's video, I'm going to share with you why these thoughts show up, how they're tied to your body, and the game-changing tip that will help you break free from this cycle altogether. And here's the kicker. It's not about stopping the thoughts. It's something else that will likely surprise you.
Sounds good.
It's a brand new day. Hey. Wake up every morning and say it's a brand new day.
Hello, my beautiful brain babe. Kelly Nelson here. Welcome back to my channel where I help you self-heal chronic symptoms and anxiety through nervous system regulation. I respect your time, so let's go ahead and get straight into it, shall we? Let's start with what's really happening when those anxious thoughts flood your mind. You might think anxiety is purely a mental issue, but it's deeply tied to your body, particularly your nervous system. So let's go back to the olden days, and no, I'm not talking about Sinatra's New York era. I'm talking about our primal days. Our 10,000-year-old brains, yes, you heard that right, our 10,000-year-old brains are wired for survival. When your nervous system is dysregulated, it's stuck in a state of fight or flight, and your brain is on high alert. And it has to be, right? It has to do everything in its power to survive. And this particular state triggers anxious thoughts as a way to prepare you for danger, even when there's no real threat around. And unfortunately, a topic that I'm so passionate about is that the evolution of our society, chemical-laden foods, air, overprescribed medicine, I could go on, has left many of us in this chronic state of fight or flight, feeling like we're in danger, even though we are likely not. When you're constantly in this heightened state, your brain starts overreacting to the smallest things, like even a stressful email or an upcoming meeting. Sometimes even a harsh sound or light can trigger it. It floods your mind with, what if? What if I fail? What if something bad happens? What if I'm not enough? What if I'm in danger? And here's where the science comes in. You know I'm a science girl. These negative, intrusive thoughts are actually survival mechanisms. The amygdala, a part of your brain responsible for processing emotions like fear and anxiety, fires off these thoughts when it senses any kind of danger. And because your nervous system is dysregulated, it amplifies the anxiety response, creating a feedback loop where your anxious thoughts feed your anxiety and your anxiety feeds your thoughts. It becomes an endless cycle that can lead to both emotional and physical symptoms, chronic pain, fatigue, and even things like digestive issues. But here's the truth, the part that will give you relief. I know it did for me. You are not your thoughts. These thoughts are just signals from your brain and body triggered by a nervous system that's working overtime. Now here's where things get tricky. When we get caught in this loop of anxious thoughts, our natural reaction is to blame ourselves or maybe become frustrated. We think, I shouldn't be thinking like this, or why do I think like this, or why can't I stop? Well, I'm going to set you free, sweet friend. You are not able to entirely stop these negative thoughts. Why? Because you are human. Our brains quite literally act like a computer. It's how we were made, and it is computing things that happened even before you were born. So please find comfort in this. I know I did. It's not our fault that these negative thoughts arise, but the reality is trying to stop the thoughts or criticizing yourself for having them will make it worse. It is likely to perpetuate the negative thinking, which in turn perpetuates the onset of your physical sensations. Blaming yourself activates your stress response even more. It sends a signal to your body that you are in fact in danger, which keeps your nervous system in a dysregulated state. You're stuck in a self-perpetuating cycle. The first step to breaking free is to stop blaming yourself for these thoughts. They are not a reflection of your worth, who you are as a person, or your reality. They are a primal occurrence due to many things that include our ancestors, past traumas, our experiences, and more. So when you notice a fear thought, do not buy into it. Become the observer of the thought instead, and then shift from reacting to responding. So respond, do not react. Instead of trying to fight or suppress your thoughts, practice observing them. This is where the magic happens. When a thought comes up, instead of pushing it away or diving into it, just notice it. Label it for what it is, just a thought, a product of your anxious brain, not a fact or a prediction of any sort. Think of your thoughts like clouds passing by in the sky. They're temporary. They come, they go. The key is to not get attached to them or believe they define you. This is called cognitive diffusion, a technique that creates distance between you and your thoughts. And it's incredibly powerful because it shifts you from being controlled by your thoughts to being an observer of them. You are the one that becomes in control. Here's a quick exercise that you can try the next time you feel anxious or when you feel an anxious thought arise. Say to yourself, I'm noticing I'm having a thought about XYZ, and then take a deep breath, and instead of reacting, just allow the thought to be there without any judgment. And then ask yourself, what am I feeling in my body right now? Focus on the physical sensations instead of getting lost in the thought or the sensations. Just focus on it. This simple practice helps you break the feedback loop between your mind and your body, and it gives your nervous system space to calm down. Remember, you're not your anxious thoughts, and you don't have to be trapped by them. The way out is not through force or blame, it's through awareness and response. By observing your thoughts without judgment and focusing on what's happening in your body, you can break the cycle and bring your nervous system back into balance. If you found this helpful and you want to dive deeper into healing anxiety and chronic symptoms, be sure to subscribe to my channel because I'll be sharing more tips on how to heal from within. And if you're ready for the next step, join my free masterclass where I'll teach you more powerful techniques to rewire your nervous system so that you can start healing your chronic symptoms. All you have to do is send me the word masterclass via email to kelly@kellynelsonhealth.com and I'll send you the details. If you liked this video, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Although this channel is new, I don't ever plan on putting a stop to these videos because helping you heal is truly my biggest passion in life. And the more of you that subscribe, the more people can be helped. You can also hit the bell notification so you can be notified when my next video comes out. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Happy, healthy healing. Bye.